Waiting for the. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to WFSO Aftermath. Finally, we're on, and for people that just tuning in on YouTube, we are live. It's not like pre-recorded or anything like that. We are live, and I was telling people that's watching on Twitch that what we're gonna talk about today. So we're gonna talk about the idea that I have, to talk about the careers that some wrestlers had in WWE that the fans were behind, but the company was just like let them go. So we're going to talk about that, but I can mention like one person that we're going to talk about, and that would be Cesaro. So only thing I can say about Cesaro being one of them, and there's going to be like men and women that probably still be there today. So those are just tuning in. We are live. And what I wanted to say was that, of course, Cesaro is going to be one, and I think if I can remember, which I think I do, that Shayna Baszler would be another one, and like kind of look where she's at now with being up there with the having the title shot at Clash of the Castle. So some of the show, of course, will will be done. We're going to try to do it at least some of this month and next month. So there's going to be some things that we're going to miss between the time we do it and all the way to when we want to release it. So I can tell you it's going to be released this fall. It's going to concern like 10 episodes every week. Don't know what day I want to release it, but yeah, we just gonna like figure something out. So it'll be on a good time. I'm trying to think of the right time just to do that with like wrestling is not going on, or trying to do it like on prime time. So that's gonna be one of the things we're probably gonna be working on, just putting it on prime time and just trying to figure out what time to do that. So I know, like I said, Cesaro and Shannon Baszler, them the two are gonna be 2 out of 10 people that we're gonna talk about. And like I said, it should be interesting. So with me producing and all of that stuff, like, but trying to get like maybe chat with some people about like a certain wrestler or whatever. So we might use like some of y'all's like opinions and stuff. So like some of the videos we're gonna do, then we're probably gonna do maybe like maybe something live right after that or something like that. I don't know, but it's just ideas that just go in my head. But we are gonna, but like I said, this fall, like it's gonna be released. It's gonna be concerned with like 10 episodes, so watch out for that. And also today we are gonna talk about a little bit of the Bucks, although like I mentioned to them on Twitch, like it's gonna be a little bit. It's probably gonna pick up a little bit more. Some of the teams mentioned their preseason schedules, and some teams, released their, jerseys, like different jerseys, including the Bucks, which I did do a video on. I think it was this past Friday. I did a video on talking about, the statement jerseys with the Bucks has changed until, I mean, to the, I think there's an earned editions of 2020-2021 season of the Bucks. Um, Besides in green, it's like in black, and it has like some blue, like around this area and like here too. So it'll be like some blue into that. So we also will talk about my experience at C2E2, and who knows, some people maybe talking about it and just mention it like uh huh, uh huh. Just Yeah, just put it that way. Ooh, excuse me. Um, like I said, gonna talk about a little bit of the Bucks. Also, gonna talk. Of course, we're gonna talk about some news, like whatever news is going on. So we're gonna talk about that, and just to let everybody know, we're on live right now. So y'all probably just, can tell if y'all watching. Well, I don't know how y'all can tell on Twitch that we're live, but maybe I'll just probably start putting something on there and just say live. So probably something I'm gonna work on, but also talk about the experience with me at C2E2. And I know with all the Sasha Bank rumors and stuff like that that she did yesterday, and she probably did today too. So who knows? We will talk about that, and let's talk about like other things too. Minutes, we'll see. Um, C2E2. This is like my second time going there. The last time like I said, first time I went there was in 2019 on my birthday. Went there, had like he was doing it for hosting Lita and Jack Swagger. Well, was his real name is Jay Hager. I had pictures of those, and unfortunately, those pictures got lost. If I would have been smart enough, I would have saved some of them on the website, which I have done with all my pictures except for the four that I took yesterday, which I'm going to work on that too. Like I took pictures there, like with with some like fans and Coldplay and stuff like that. Like I did took some pictures. I did it at last year's Wizard World Comic Con last year, well, last October. It was a picture with a guy that was dressed up as Scorpion. But what I did C2E2, I took like a bag. It was fun. But before we talk about that, a little bit more of the first experience. I looked around, just seeing like what was around, and it was like any other like comic con. But I didn't pay for like any so wherever wrestlers or pictures and stuff that was going on at the time. I just like heard people here that put up like we're gonna have a couple of people on this booth take pictures. Like you can take pictures of the all of that time, whatever. So and plus, I think I caught the Greyhound bus to Chicago. I didn't drive anything at the time to get long, but I was trying to look for Scott Steiner down there. Fortunately, I couldn't find him, and he probably was somewhere that it was like, no, I'm not gonna move around and stuff like that. And, it was just, I was just saying that I might as well just, I'll miss him, and because I know I missed him. I think it was February of last year. I missed him. Like I did have the car, but I wasn't thinking about going that way because I in Cedarburg because like I didn't I know where Cedarburg was at, but I just never go there. It was like my first time driving there, and it just ended up being like it just ended up being easy. So there was no way for me to complain about that or anything. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Sorry, I know I got little holes in this heater, and I know I need about more. But anywho, but yeah, I bought my ticket for CM Punk just to get a photo taken. I think because he always there every year Well, as far as I know, probably ever since he left WWE, I think he always had been there ever since. Like he's there every year, and plus, he's from Chicago, so easy enough. Although it was sponsored by Pro Wrestling Tees, which they make official T-shirts for AEW and like some other wrestlers they do it for, especially some local ones like here. They do T-shirts for them. It was pretty cool. So somebody asked what time he was gonna be here, and I was just listening in. And it was like, oh, he's gonna be here at 2:30. Like, okay, let me just walk around. And then, because I got there, it was like we were at the one, so I was like, okay, I got a while. Let me just look around. Then looked around, trying to figure out where everything was at. But then you had like autographs. It was like a big area, where whoever was there, autographs, whatever. Then you saw photo ops, and their photo ops is a little small. Like different with like Wizard World or Fan Expo. The difference between those is that they have more of a space for photo ops for like people, they want their pictures taken, whatever. It wasn't like no set time or anything like that, but with C2E2, it was a set time for like certain ones. And I'm like, oh God, that means I have to hurry. Like, go there, then go here, then go in this line on here, then go in this line on here. So, yeah, it was insane. So, what happened was, like, I was like, okay, the rest of it ain't until like later on, like a little bit over like two something. So I was like, okay, let me get CM Punk first because he was in 2:30, and his line wasn't that long because probably some people got him yesterday. Got him not yesterday, but Friday, and some of us that was in line, got him yesterday, and so it was cool. Nice guy. I know I heard like stories of him like being an a-hole. But I know like you get paid for like meet and greets and stuff, you gotta be nice anyway. But like just I just heard about him on a personal level. Hazel got to talk to him a long time ago, and they just saying like he was an arrogant person, and also we're saying that he was arrogant, had an ego, and all that stuff. And I think they said that that best of the world thing that he laid out, it was actually him. But yeah, whatever. Let me try to change this channel. Put something else on. That's put on big line. But anyways, so got CM Punk first, then walk all the way up to the photo ops area. What they did is like they had like booth A and booth B, which was guys, it's kind of crazy. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if I was like sweating trying to get from point A to point B and stuff like that. Point A for Sasha Banks, whatever, by herself, and they also had like point A for her to, have her with Naomi. Then they had Naomi by herself. So it was like one line. Then suddenly, like after I took my picture with Sasha Banks, which is gonna be kind of weird because I don't know if some of y'all see it or like I'm gonna put it up on the website wrestlingfanspeakout.com after we're done here. I'm gonna put that up, and I'm also gonna put up what a person did when they edited like Photoshop the picture with Sasha Banks and me, and they put us closer together than put us apart. So yeah, I came like I was coming in like through the area where like everybody was getting their picture taken, or whatever. So I just noticed that some people are getting their pictures like separated from her. I didn't think about it at the time, but I was just like, okay, maybe that's something that she requested, or who knows what's going to be going on. So there was a couple of people, and it was this one couple that was like separated from her too. So I was thinking like, oh, she's doing this for everybody. Like, what's going on? So when it got to my turn, the lady that was like controlling the line was like, just stand by that blue tape. Like, okay, stand by the blue tape. Got a picture with her. I ain't know what to do, so I just like stand there straight and just smile. And yeah, took a picture. Uh, I did say hello to her and like how you doing and all that stuff. Like cool. Took a picture and said my thank you, and she said thank you too. And just went to go get my picture and try to get to the next line for Lita. Um, like the picture with Lita and Trish is very different. They had like a line for Lita. It was consisted of like two lines. So they did that and got my picture with Lita. So nice like she was the last time I met her, and shook hands, got close, took a picture, whatever. Wasn't anything creepy or anything like that. So it was cool. I said my thank yous. She said thank you too, and went on, get my picture, and went around waiting in line for the most important picture of all, Trish Stratus. Because she's a very hard to come by pick to get to too. Because you don't know where she's going to be anywhere, or she's going to be still doing stuff with WWE. You never know. That's the same thing with Lita. Like you never know. It was like you know, like they said, Lita normally would be there like not like every year, but maybe like every 2 years or something like that. So okay, fair enough. I'm just glad I could get the second picture with Lita again. And with Trish Stratus, there was one line, then I was ended up going to the new line, so I was out there with them. And the line that I was in front of that one line, and it started building up because people was taking pictures of both Lita and Trish together because they had two besties photo op. Yeah, and they did that. Maybe one day if they ever do it again, maybe I'll get like a photo op of both of them together, like they did with Naomi and Sasha Banks. I just thought them two like getting a photo of them two together. I was just like, nah, I wouldn't do that. Especially what Sasha Banks did to some of them people that were did with her and Naomi photo op. Like they were separated too. So y'all probably saw some like reports and stuff like that on the other like wrestling groups, and you probably saw like my photo there too. So we'll see. One wrestler, local wrestler, had shared it and was like really upset with how Sasha Banks are she is with her fans. So my picture got thrown around, which we'll get to that in a second. But with Trish Stratus, such a nice woman. Got close to the picture, but move on to get the actual picture. Got that, and they were just stopping people like yeah, I want to get like a copy of the picture. I was like, why are they stopping me for just to check or something? So had my ticket, whatever, and they checked the print on the bottom, and it was like just get in line here. Like okay, then it was mentioned like they was doing that because if people wanted double or they wanted the plexiglass name just to save the picture, and make it look nice. So I was like, okay, forget it. I'll buy one. So I used that one to have both like Lita and Trish like on both sides, just as like because I want to save those pictures forever. But still, like if I ever lose those pictures, like I did with the last four I had a D. Ambrose, well now known as John Moxley, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Becky Lynch. So I don't know where those photos at. I don't know if they still like around here somewhere.
The photos are in the box in the bedroom.
Not those photos.
Which ones?
Talk about the ones I took like with John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton and Becky Lynch.
They're all in here, I thought.
No, they're all in there, but I'm talking about like the solo ones, like what I took from not C2E2, but Wizard World. I know they're all in that book, but I meant like the solo ones.
Yeah, I said I think they're all in here somewhere.
Okay, I'll look tomorrow. But anyway, so like I said, after I took those pictures, whatever, bought that vinyl thing, whatever they call it. So I need to eat something. So got a pizza and soda, ate the pizza, left, and was waiting on the bus like to get back to the Union Station. So I didn't have to wait for like 5 minutes. So for the shuttle bus was there. That was they waited like a minute or two just in case any people was coming. So did that, um, dropped people off and picked people up, and I went to the Union Station and caught the train. I was a little bit confused on how they were doing it at first, so I don't know how they did it up there. So got used to it, called it in time, and yeah, on my way home. But it was a different experience, like especially like you have to go to certain times for like certain people for like pictures and stuff. It's like really tough. Like I did have that experience with Becky Lynch and Dean Ambrose. Like got the picture with I think it was Becky Lynch was first. Then I went to the other line after I got my picture taken. Then went to the Dean Ambrose line and took one with him. He had the title winner. He was the champion at the time. So it was a cool thing to take a picture with him holding the belt, which was cool. Like it's like the same thing I kind of did with Randy Orton, but he wasn't champion at the time. I brought my own belt and have him hold it, and yeah, it was cool from there. Um, the next time they're gonna be doing the C2E2 will be end of March, early April that weekend, which is gonna be like insane because Midwest Gaming Classic has something going on at same time as they are. And normally, Midwest Gaming Classic normally hold their events like in April anyway. But like to hold it this early, like they used to, is something very different. That I think that they wasn't going to do. So it was just something different with that. But let's get to the important part. Like everybody was upset, with the Sasha Banks picture that I took and what other people took. Because I guess like a lot of people that look at my picture, some of them didn't even think about it, but it was a local wrestler here B that he was like, "What was wrong with this picture?" I told him it was like it was not my choice, and it was like Sasha Banks said, was being picky and choosy with certain fans because they said because after that they was like this guy was put up like some fans did get like close up to her, but yeah, like most of everybody were like separate. It was like I said, it was this one couple that was in front of me had to take a separate shot. Like Sasha Banks on like right here. Let's see, I'll put it right here. Then the couple right there, and they barely got the couple together, so they had to retake that photo and did it this time. But yeah, it was insane. But at the time, I didn't even thought about it. I was just like, okay, I got a picture with her because she's her and like Trish and the amount of like a few others. Their picture is gonna be hard to come by because like I know like Sasha does like appearance for like WWE and stuff like that, like in the past. But like I said, like her photos and stuff, getting a photo with her was hard to come by, and Trish as well, because it's like you don't know when the next time you're gonna see him and stuff like that. And I do feel kind of bad for Dan Housen. Um, I should have got a picture of him, although I could have, but I was like looking for Scott Steiner, and then that guy was like trying to look for him. I was just like, forget it. I'm just gonna take pictures, like get photos with them four. See him on Trish, Lita, and Sasha, and just be happy with it by then, and just be done with it. So, like back to the picture. But yeah, some people were complaining about it, and it was like it got out more in like Facebook groups and stuff. Like this happened. Then our longtime friend and also that used to be with WFSO Roosevelt. I guess he was just explaining that that she had bad experience with a fan and stuff like that. That's why she's like that. I agree to that to a certain extent. If it was like people are waiting at them at airports and hotels and stuff like that, she says no. That's a different story because like there was a couple of times I could have met her when we was at a hotel that they were staying at, and she only like took a picture with one person and left. And especially get her to the airport, she'll go right past you. So the only time you would probably be able to get her was like maybe she go like a Comic Con convention or something like that. That was the only time. But yeah, there was other opportunities I could have, but it's like just couldn't because it's like how she is. But but somebody else like pointed this out. I think Seder Mania, if y'all don't know him, Chicago legend, also used to wrestle at the time. It's like good friends with Hulk Hogan. But he's been taking pictures of the wrestlers since like the '90s. But some of y'all probably know who I'm talking about, and some of y'all probably don't. But yeah, he also got. If you look at I think it's World Powerhouse Wrestling or World Wrestling Network or something like that. They got like an autobiography about him. So you get a chance, check that out. They got the channel, the network on Roku. But anyways, he pointed out that you don't treat your wrestling fans that way. You're going to expect people getting close to you and just want to have like an enjoyable experience with their pictures, whatever. So if you didn't want to do that, don't you know don't do it at all. Although she was offering like I think it was like 30,000 for an appearance just to like take like photos and stuff. And well, there's rumors out there. Her and WWE and Naomi, they have they claim that they worked something out and that they're gonna be back in WWE. But then again, they mentioned that this tag title tournament that's gonna be on tomorrow that they're gonna have for women's tag titles. Maybe they'll pop in like later than He's like, they go challenge for the titles or whatever. So that would be a good idea, but I think like since that's already been done, it'll be interesting if there'll be like a surprise entrant in the tournament. But I know some people are gonna know like, yeah, that's we know that's him, but still, just be like still surprised that that's tournament's gonna have a surprise tag team. Let's see who it is. You know what I mean? But like overall, some people had their agreements with the picture she took with me and like everybody else that took them, and there's some people that disagree that are the methods that she did. But I didn't like I said, I didn't think about it at the time, but it was like playing my mind like back and forth when I got home, and it was like mentioning more and more. And when I had to talk to my wife and my room or Mike about it, it was just like playing back in my head, like should I be upset or should not? Should I be or should not be? But as I just mentioned, like getting rare photos with Sasha and Trish Stratus is gonna be hard to come by. So it was like I got the photo, I'm happy with it, I'm moving on.
Well, you know it's a bad photo when your mother-in-law lives in England comments on how bad of a photo it is, and she's not even arrested yet.
Right,
Didn't even know who the person was.
right. Yeah, my mother-in-law did, made that comment, and yes, I do love that comment. And it was funny what she said about Sasha, so it was like pretty funny. What was that she said about her?
Why is she standing so far away from my son-in-law, looking like that with a large forehead?
Oh, that's funny. Um, but what happened today was like it was somebody on Twitter, my friend Nick that lives like in Green Bay. He found a picture of me and Sasha Photoshop. Like they probably cut the image of either her or me, put us both like close together, and just edit it, and it ended up turning out pretty good. I will put that up on the website tonight when I get a chance. But yeah, it was just like interesting that somebody did that, and I
Oh,
did.
it's nice of someone to do that.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah, it was also was nice of somebody to do that too. So I did thank them on WFSO's Twitter, on my Instagram, and on the Arthur Smith page. So whoever that person was that did that, thank you. I will keep that picture forever, and we'll post it on there. Where people are gonna ask like, "Wait, you have a picture of her separated, and you got a picture with her posted. Wait, did you get two pictures?" I'm like, "No, somebody from Twitter photoshopped it, but using the same picture, just put us closer together." Those are pretty cool. Like I said, my friend Nick had found it on Twitter and showed it to me on the chat, and yeah, it was pretty nice of them to do that. So yeah, I appreciate it, and I will never forget that. But overall, my experience with C2E2, although it was a little bit hectic than the first time I was there, but if I go next year, which I don't know yet, it all depends on the people that's going to be appearing. So yeah, late March, early April. So that's going to be one busy weekend, especially with Midwest Gaming Classic going on that same weekend here in Milwaukee, and down in Chicago they have you know with the excuse me with C2E2. So I got a lot of planning to do for that one. If it depends who shows up on Midwest Gaming Classic and on C2E2. Depends on the day. So really, Midwest Gaming Classic. They don't do anything big on Fridays, but they throw like a big party for, the guests and the people that's going there to go there for the games and stuff like that. So they got something for them. It's only for like 4 hours or something like that. So not a big deal. But their main thing they do is like Saturday and Sunday of that weekend. And T2E2 is like a 3 day thing, and with gaming class is kind of like a 2 days and a half type of. So yeah, very interesting. Um, of course, around that time, maybe the Wisconsin Center, the other side of it, will be halfway done. So doing a good job of it so far. So they're already done with the underground, and they're just on to the first floor. So interesting. If you want to look at like the video of how the Wisconsin Center is going on that side, I think what's it WCD.com. You go to the like Wisconsin Center, and they'll have the things like live right now. The Wisconsin Center, and just click on that, and you can see the live video of Wisconsin Center going on. And there's also somebody out there. I think it's the Park, like Milwaukee Park Project, that they're doing a video on that, and they're also doing a video on like other stuff that's going on in Milwaukee, like the building of the hotel there by the Pfizer Forum, that, and also the apartments that they doing in the lakefront culture, which I thought, since like it's gonna be a long building, that I thought it was gonna take them until 2024 to do, but they said the news I got on that was like they will be done with that the fall of next year. So it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna do that. And plus, they setting up for the hop to stop there in that bus that goes like east and west that they're gonna start in the fall. It's gonna be stopping there too next year. So right now, I know they're planning out for that east and west bus to see what they're gonna do with that when they start that in the fall of this year. But anyways, um, let's see some wrestling news. On SummerSlam, you had Bailey returning Dakota Kai, returning Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai, but now she's called Io Sky, being called up. So I think that's like I think either Hazel or somebody else had mentioned it earlier that is the women group like that, which there was something that was missing. They were saying, they had these other groups like when the women's revolution they claim kind of started. They didn't have that going on. They had that going on with the three groups and stuff, and like obviously, Star got injured yesterday at the Battle for the Belts. So let's see who got injured. If it like pops up, there's pictures, but the injury happened during tonight's AEW Battle of the Bell Street event here on TNT, but was taped for Friday's Rampage, which was true. They was all taped Wednesday. Um, but the title match, JD Hater sustained a broken nose. So okay, that's really not going to put her out, but they're probably just going to have like her like in a mask, whatever, like the be wrestling. So it's a good thing, they're not going to take her out the shelf. But sorry, I'm just stretching here. Just some bird that's just going to rack in a couple of weeks. So, and we also news reported that with the surprise, what they did, like the returning of Bailey, they worked out with Dakota Khan, got her to return, and called up Io Stalk Io Sky and got them. Those had them, appear on Raw. So I guess now Bailey is joining Raw, and Becky Lynch now turning the face. She was